this tutorial we are going to be learning the join as you go technique, where we join our granny squares as we crochet the final round so there's absolutely no seaming at the end of our project. For the join as you go technique, you need to work your first square as normal with no changes on that final round. So when you have your second square and you're ready to join, you need to work the first two sides of your granny square, and this doesn't matter what size square it is, just work those first two sides and leave two unworked. I'm right up here in this corner and my corners are chain 2 corners, so I'm going to work 1 chain and then I'm going to place my first granny square above my second granny square because I find it easiest to work with the square that I'm joining to at the top and the square that I'm joining at the bottom. And then I'm going to put my hook into that corner space of that first granny square. And I'm going to make a slip stitch, and the slip stitches are what joins these granny squares together. So now I've made that slip stitch, I'm going to work a granny group of 3 double crochets back into that same corner. And now I've worked those 3 double crochets, I'm going to make a slip stitch into the space between my next 2 groups of 3 double crochet. Some granny square patterns you will have a chain here, in my granny square pattern you don't. It doesn't matter either way for this. So I'm going to make a slip stitch into that space between those groups of 3 double crochet. So now I'm going to work the next group of 3 double crochet as normal between those 2 groups there. And then I'm going to make a slip stitch into the next space between our granny groups of 3 double crochet on that first square. You can see what this join is going to look like. We've got these slip stitches here holding those 2 granny squares together. So now I'm going to work my granny group into that final corner to complete this side of the square. And then in that final corner, I'm going to do a slip stitch. And then because my granny squares have chain 2 corners, I'm going to make 1 chain for that second chain of the corner. I'm now going to complete the rest of this round along this side of the granny square as we normally would. So here is what our join is looking like so far. You can see those slip stitches there holding those 2 granny squares together. So now you need to complete the rest of your row of your blanket or your cardigan or whatever you're making with these granny squares. So do all of one row into one long strip, and then I'm going to show you how we add a second row and how we navigate this corner specifically. So the first square of your row you're going to join just like we did with this square that ends in a blue round. We're using those slip stitches between those groups of 3 double crochet to hold the squares together. And then once I've finished adding this square, I will show you how we add in a square when we're dealing with joining on to more than one side. So when you're planning on joining a granny square on 2 sides, I recommend just working the first of the 4 sides before we start our join. And we're going to work this first part of the join just like we've done previously. So I'm going to start my corner with a chain 1, and then a slip stitch into the adjacent square, and I'm going to continue working this side as we've done previously until we reach this corner. So I've worked along this side of the square, making those slip stitches in those spaces of this adjacent square. And then once I reach this corner, we're not going to be doing any chains, we're only going to be doing slip stitches for this corner. And we're going to be doing slip stitches into this square and this square, and we're going to be ignoring the square that lies diagonally completely. So I'm not doing any chains, and I'm going to do a slip stitch into this blue granny square. And then I'm going to work a slip stitch into this yellow granny square. And those 2 slip stitches count as our 2 chains of our corner. And then you work this final side of the granny square just as we've done previously, making those slip stitches along this side of the square. And this is what our seam looks like on the front. And on the back, you can see those slip stitches, and on the front there is a bit of an overlap, a bit of a ridge between the squares. If you'd prefer a completely invisible join, then check out this tutorial next.